I like your bandana. Or is that a mask?
My mask.
What do I do with mine?
Did you think I was just dressed as like an Oogles pit bull? Yeah.
I like the bandana around the neck look.
Maybe I'll keep it.
Oh man, it's hot outside.
Yeah, I just turned off the AC for audio purposes, and I have a heating pad on my lower back right now, so I'm just like sweating my brains out.
What happened to your back?
I think I thought about helping Benjamin move just theoretically. It just blew it out.
Did you really blow your back out?
Did I? If only I could blow my own back out. But no, it's yes. Basically, I wiggled while sleeping, which apparently is apparently that's fatal.
Michael is going with an camera angle, but he looks like a morning radio guy who is being filmed.
Oh, the angle? Yeah,
yeah.
So I decided that
strong shock jock energy. Yeah, it's from above. You look like you're about to interview someone on a Sybian.
On a what?
A Sybian.
What's a Sybian?
A sex machine, a fuck machine.
Oh, like the Howard Stern interviews or whatever.
Yeah. You really don't know what a Sybian is?
No.
It's like the little thing you straddle and it electrocutes you to orgasm.
God. I mean, it fucks you, right? With a dick? Like a fake dick?
No. It just like vibrates super hard, I think.
Oh, I thought a Sybian.
I think they might have like some attachments where you basically just like sit on a dildo and then it does that. But I think the standard issue $5,000 fuck machine is just like bzzz, and that's it.
Damn, I'm looking at them right now. People seem to be having a grand old time.
Sybian. Oh, okay. So you can put a dick attachment on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, this is my work computer. I probably should not be doing this. Hold on. Okay, let me delete. Although one time I've probably said this on the pod 8,000 times, but I've gotten so many notifications while I was at work online when I like tried to click on an article that was like, this is porn. This has been flagged as porn. Please contact your IT department. And then I've talked to the IT guy and he was like, oh, I literally never check that. He was like, everything's marked as porn because it's a school. So
right.
Yeah.
Anything that's not learning is pornography.
Yeah, like everything is well, to be fair, one of the things I clicked on, it was an article, but it was on playboy.com, so that's fair that they thought that.
Yeah, man. I'm just going to playboy.com at school for the articles.
It was from Twitter, so I clicked on a Twitter link and I did not realize what it was to.
You should text
Julie.
Oh, there she is. Oh, yes.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Were you just on a show? Is that what was happening?
I started a show, and I just did the first episode of it.
How'd it go?
It went okay, I think.
Wait, did you think of the idea for this show today?
Yeah. Well, it's something I've wanted to do for a while, and then I don't know what I was kind of waiting for, and then I almost had a panic attack today, and I was like, I think this is time. So I just did it, and then I messaged like 5 people trying to get someone to do it today, and then all those people responded like, I can't today, but I could do whatever. So then I just ended up scheduling a week of things, and then I just made the graphic.
Nice.
I texted you and I was like, I want to do it because I don't want to do any actual like online stand-up just because it's not, I'm not into that at all, but
yeah,
like may as well just broadcast a conversation I would want to have with a friend anyway.
Yeah.
So what's the idea for the show?
The idea for the show is just I talk to my friends.
Oh, hell yes. That was my
also
idea
known as
for my
a
show.
podcast.
That was
just a live podcast.
Yeah.
Well, because I've been having a lot of fun, like clicking on people's Instagram lives and then just drawing, like while letting it play. And that's been really good for me, like calming. And I just like hearing, I miss people. And so it's nice to just hear them talk. And then also my favorite part of the Instagram shows were like seeing my friends and talking to them, but then you only got a little amount of time. It just wasn't, I just wanted to do my own.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I every time I click on like an Instagram live thing, I just man spread all over it, and I'm like, oh, this is a conversation I'm having with these people now.
I
How do you
find
feel about that?
I mean, I'm okay with it. Also, people can ignore me easier than they normally do, which is, good for them. This is Julie Mitchell, everybody. This is world-renowned comedian and friend of the pod, Julie Mitchell.
Former guest
Where
of the
are
pod.
you right now?
I am in my dad's laundry room where I am living.
Oh, sick.
Oh, wait, let me see the whole laundry room.
That's where the laundry is.
Oh, nice.
And that's a Yankee Candle, the scent of which, can you read that? It says steamed vanilla milk.
Gross.
Who did they test that on? That was like, that's what I want. Oh, you guys, look, here's my IUD.
Dude.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to talk about this.
Yeah, wait. So you tore that out like a bear, right?
Tear it, you gently tug it.
Oh God, that sounds so painful.
Well, here, look. Let me show you something that's gonna make it way better, which I didn't understand at all. So
Also, Julie did get medical advice from friends who are medical practitioners, so she was.
I read a lot of articles, and I watched YouTube videos, and I texted two of my friends who are nurses.
And you texted me, and I was like, "Fuck no, do not do that."
You were the biggest dissenter. Everyone else was like, okay,
I was like, "Do not take out your own IUD.
go off, queen."
But I'm glad that it worked out. And once you told me that a nurse said it was probably fine, I was like, okay, I trust.
I want to show you guys something that is going to make you think differently about it, because I didn't realize this either, and it actually is way better. The middle part is hard, like that's where the hormones are. This top part is so bendy.
Oh, okay.
Like it's not solid at all. So when you're pulling it down, it just goes up,
Oh, okay.
and you just pull it out.
All right.
And see how there's strings?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Can you see the strings? Yeah. So the thing that makes it so that a lot of people can't is that sometimes they cut the strings, and then you wouldn't. Michael is having a very physical reaction.
I just have had friends describe to me the pain of getting them put in vivid detail.
So a lot of
That's
people
probably a
find
lot
it
different, though.
incredibly painful. Yeah. In my experience, well, first of all, it wasn't that painful for me, which is an anomaly. I know that. But I would also say that I think, oh, is that my bleeding?
I don't think you're. Oh, wait, maybe a little bit.
Dude, Julie Mitchell is the most like rock and roll guest we've had. And it's like, here's how I rip shit out of my pussy.
Bleeding on camera.
This reminds me of when I first moved to New York, and I had met up with Ariel for like one of the first times, and I was talking to her, and I was like so manic and just like I'm really like overwhelmed, but I think it's okay, and I think I've like applied to a couple of jobs, and then I just like did this diatribe, and then after a while she interrupted me, and she's like, yeah, your lip is bleeding. And I was like, my immediate reaction was, isn't it just wine though? But it was blood.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, the thing I was going to say is that I think it wants to come out. Like,
yeah.
I think it's probably harder to get it in.
Yeah.
But when you're taking it out,
All right.
I don't know, it kind of wants to come out.
Well, I'm glad that it wasn't painful. Or was it painful?
No, it wasn't painful at all.
Coming out either?
No.
Damn.
No, I was
Okay.
thinking it
All
was a little painful going in, like minor cramping, but
Right.
coming out, no.
Right. Okay. Well, that makes me feel better.
I recommend that.
How did you do it? Did you grab the strings or?
Yeah, you have to like kind of fish. You sit like a frog.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Dude,
where
the first time I did not know they had strings, and then
yeah,
like
Yeah.
I went in there, and I did not know what was happening.
Yeah.
Thought
Wait,
there was maybe
were you
snakes.
trying to take one out?
Yeah, I was. I
With
I
his
didn't know
penis.
what was in there.
Sex or when you were having
Oh,
intercourse or using your hand?
No, finger. You can't really feel it with your cock, but like fingers, you can definitely feel them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really? How deep are you fingering?
I don't know. I got
Some people
little
have
hands,
super
but
shallow. Some people
Yeah.
have super shallow
Yeah.
canals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, while we're on the topic, I don't think I like when people finger. Well, maybe I don't know where my G spot is fully, but I don't like when people finger you inside. I like a topical.
Yeah. I think that's common.
Clitoris.
Do you orgasm from penetration, Julie?
Only with two people.
Okay, I can't, and I hate the idea of a G spot because so many idiot men are like, it's right here. I remember them being like, you where it is. They were like, look at what I could do, and then they like do this thing that they teach you online. Like if you go to like Ask Alice,
Mhm.
they're like a spongy part. You like upturn your
Yeah.
fingers and like do this or whatever, and that's what every man has thought the G spot was. But if you don't have a G spot, it just feels like you have to pee, and because they're just pressing on your bladder.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wow, cool. Yeah.
yeah, you
don't
got to
know-
go with the G spot from the outside. You just got to just push right on a lady's belly.
They do think that the clitoris just goes back really far, and
Yeah.
that's what this mythical G spot has been.
That's what it is. It's like
Yeah.
the shape of it, and then some people's are bigger or longer, or yeah, you could have a curved cervix.
Sometimes it feels like there's like a little thumb in there, like you're like going in, and then like you're thumb wrestling, but with two fingers instead of your thumb.
I've started using tampons again, and
That's why every time I do it, I say 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war.
You can't
I
get
also think the inside of my vagina feels so weird because I have to like dig around and make sure I didn't forget a tampon in there.
yeah.
Because I do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, anyway, the
You just
inside
got a
of
kidney cup again.
again.
I got my period for the first time in 3 years.
Oh yeah, because you had an IUD, so you didn't get it for a long
Yeah,
time.
I got my period for the first time in 3 years. I don't know if you got red, but
Whoa.
blood, very red.
Yeah, I do.
Well, because period blood, like if it's the uterine lining, it's like black red, and then if it's like the end of your cycle, it's like kind of brownish. You want to know the one of the most disgusting lines from Lolita?
What?
Is
Yeah,
that-
absolutely.
Okay. He when he like fingers her when she's on her period, he says that he's stroking her brown rose.
Ugh, that is so gross.
He's a child in the book.
Yeah, that's so gross. When was that book written?
Too soon. I don't know. It was, I think, in the 70s. I could look it up. I actually love
It was. I thought it was so long ago. Was it really the 70s? Oh my god.
I think it is. Nabokov? Wait, yeah. Yeah, they're on like a road trip in a car.
Holy shit.
Okay, wait, let me look it up. The prose in that book.
1955. Okay.
Oh, 50s. Yeah. Okay. That's
Damn.
closer.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
That book is
crazy.
actually very beautiful and I really like it. It
Yeah, I
sucks that
mean,
it's about
I haven't read it, but isn't the dude not supposed to be good? Like, isn't it supposed to be that the people are bad?
Humbert is his name. I don't actually know because I didn't read it with any critical like guidance. We read it in my AP English class, me and this other girl, and we had to do a diary back and forth about it. And we were
In
just
high
like,
school?
yeah.
Okay.
And we were just like, okay, well, this is pedophilia, but like it's also made up and the writing is good. So like we're just gonna imagine that she's not. Well, no, I mean she is a child. She's a nymphette. Have you read it, Michael?
Yeah,
I
I
feel like you have a lot of feelings about it.
I hate it so much.
Oh,
I really well. So
Maybe?
I'm one of these people who like if I find out that a writer, not like if a writer is like canceled, but if I find out that a writer is like too, in my opinion, just annoying or an asshole, I will like their book suddenly is different for me.
Well, what did he do? I don't know.
Oh, he
anything
just
about
has. I have a collection of his letters that a customer at a bookstore that I used to work at lent me, and I never gave it back. But that's good because he's just the most pompous douchebag. He thinks he's like God's gift, and like.
That's a lot of those writers.
What's that? He's
a
worse
lot of-
than. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
know a lot of these of people who think that about themselves. He thinks it the most. He thinks he's like Shakespeare. But anyway, and also just like it's just like edgelord shit. It's like either you're a pedophile or an edgelord. Either way, fuck you. You know. But
True.
yeah.
I'm
Anyway.
gonna read it. I want to know what it's like. I have to read Bigger Than Bernie first, though.
What's that? I mean, obviously it's about Bernie, but who wrote it and what's like the?
Megan Day and Micah Utrecht, who are Jacobin editors, right, y'all? Editors? I don't know.
No, just contributors. I don't
Just
think either of them
contributors.
are editors.
And,
Well, I mean, like they're like staff writers. They're
okay, whatever. So they wrote a book about, I guess, the, left, like the socialist movement in America. I don't know. I haven't read it yet, but I got it in the mail last week, and we're going to try to interview them.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah, I haven't hit her up yet, but apparently she's doing some like course thing with the New Orleans chapter that I might be moderating or something. I don't really know what's happening, but someone signed me up for that, and I was like, yes, I love attention.
Yeah. Did I miss the Diva Cup part of the conversation? Did we gloss over that?
No, I just got one. Well, obviously I didn't anticipate that I would take out my own IED. So I left my Diva Cup in New York, but it's actually kind of a blessing that I left it because the one that I got, there's basically two sizes and I didn't know. I thought one was for if you've given birth vaginally and one is if you haven't.
Yeah.
So I got the one where if you haven't, but actually upon further reading, the other size is just like, or if you're over 30, or if you have a heavy flow, which I have a wide set vagina and a heavy flow. Do you guys get that?
Yes.
The Mean Girls reference.
Not your fault.
I also had that issue. I don't know. The Diva Cup for me, I get frustrated because menstrual cups just don't work for me, and that like I can never know if I put them in right until it's too late. Yeah. So like I'll put it in and I'll be like at work. Sometimes it'll be great and it'll catch all the blood. And then sometimes it'll act as a slide for the blood because I've put it in wrong. So it's not catching it. It's just actually funneling it quicker down.
Cascading.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, fantastic. We can get out even easier now onto the public chair.
Just a little egg with its hands up and its feet out like, woo!
Exactly. And I never know. And then I'll just like, I was at like the front of the school once in like a pink skirt or something, and I just bled everywhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's why I stopped using them. But it did work better when I got the bigger one, and I had the same issue where I got the smaller one because the lady on the phone was, oh yeah, I did. I used I used the one. I had a Diva Cup, and then I had, who's the British one? A Luna Cup or something?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got to talk to a British lady over email about my pussy, and it was so funny how polite she was about being like, you have a big giant pussy. So I was like 27, and so I was like, I think I might need the bigger one, and she had to very politely be like, have you had a kid? And I was like, no. She was like, do you exercise? And I was like, no. And
you just have a cavernous fanny is all.
Yeah.
Cavernous fanny.
It was so funny. I need to find those emails.
Oh my God. Please read them.
I know. But yeah, if you don't do yoga and stuff, your pelvic floor sucks. You get blood everywhere.
Or if you know how you said your bladder is like people just push it when they're fingering you?
Yes.
So when I was I think G-spot like hits my bladder because when I have to pee, I like orgasm a little. Like when my bladder is really full, I think it hits my G-spot. So since I was really little, really little being like 15 or something, when I have to go to the bathroom, I hold it.
Since you were Lolita age.
No, she's littler than that.
Younger than that.
Yeah,
she's like 13.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah. I think she's
but like
even
a
younger
hot
before.
13.
Yeah, like, anyway.
Nymphette.
Yeah. So ever since you're 15, you hold your pee so you can bust.
Yeah, I hold it because I orgasm a little, so I hold it as long as I can, and that strengthens your. I can.
Pelvic floor.
This is amazing.
Yeah, I shouldn't. Well, his name, the person you all know who I dated, when we were dating, I could push him out of me because my thing is so strong.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, wait. Like,
Yes.
because there's, you know, men are attached to their cocks, so you're also like pushing away an entire person.
I don't think that you could like push him
He
across
wasn't
the
fighting.
room. Yeah, it wasn't like
You couldn't like
could-
shoot
you could-
him to
you
the
could-
other side.
You could
It's
poop
like,
his dick
"Yeah."
out. You could poop his
Harry.
dick out the front, is what you're saying. You could poop him straight out the front.
And that's the medical terminology.
Yeah.
I still don't get what you mean. Push him out
Like,
of there.
okay, not if he was like mid thrust and I like had a wall that could like bounce it off or anything, but just like if he's in there, I could like push it so that he's not in there.
I,
Just the
I have
penis.
I have played this particular kind of vaginal thumb wrestling before. I know what you're talking about.
Wait, so could you, all right, if you were like on top, could you like launch yourself towards the ceiling?
15 feet.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So
Just
you
like
have a
Crash
really
Bandicoot when he gets on the little like jumpy boxes and gets stuck between.
Yeah, and the gold that's in the game
Mhm.
comes out of my pussy.
It's Wampa fruit, actually. It's not gold. So
There's the treasure chest gold, the coins.
no, dude, it's Wampa fruit in there. It's like the little like peach apple things.
You need to look it up. There's something where there's
all right. All right.
Okay, yes, Michael.
So I'm googling Crash Bandicoot Gold.
Yeah, okay, I'll Google it too.
And I'm
In
looking
Crash
at
Bandicoot
Wampa
Racing
fruit.
level.
I'm
There's
looking
gold.
at a great deal of screenshots from videos of women
I
on
don't
Sibians
know
because
who
that's
Crash
still open.
Bandicoot is.
It's like a fox thing.
Let's
A
see.
what?
There are gold relics apparently.
What are they? What do they look like? Is it little coins?
Look up Wampa fruit. WUMPA fruit.
I know the apples. I know what you're talking about.
That's what comes out of the boxes.
No, it's not in a box. There's just gold. How do you get the gold relics?
By
Look it.
replaying a level, I think. Like,
Yeah.
Rebeating a level.
Okay, which I'm sure I did all the time.
Yeah, for sure. But so you have a very strong pelvic floor
Yeah, I don't know how we got here.
from holding
We've
in.
been focused on my vagina this entire conversation.
I mean, if you're comfortable with it, we're comfortable with it.
I never talk about it, so it's refreshing and fun.
Good.
I know
It's a
what
bo-
the
it's a-
apples are, Benjamin.
There's a box full of them.
I know. I played the game.
Benjamin's just gonna like go to the kitchen, come back with just a bowl of apples, and being like Wampa fruit.
They look like this.
Wait, also they got recipes for this shit on the internet. That is
Odd.
That's what I have for
Yeah.
breakfast every day: is Wampa fruit and butter beer. It's breakfast of champions.
And anime sushi.
But isn't it bad to hold in your pee for that long? Like, don't you get UTIs and shit?
So I got really worried for a while because there's one movie where they say, I think it's Liar Liar with Jim Carrey, where
Mhm.
they say you can give yourself some sort of.
well, I mean, red flag right there. It's called liar liar. So
You can give yourself a kidney infection or a UTI if you hold it in, you can get a UTI. I think.
Well, that's never happened to me.
Yeah, I don't think it happens like. I don't think it's like if you hold in your pee, you're gonna get it. But I think if you do it a lot, you can.
I do it a lot.
I mean, everyone holds in their pee a lot because you can't, like, you often aren't able to pee the second you want to. But it is true that it's not good for you. I
Julie has a much greater incentive than simply not pissing yourself. It's,
Although if I got UTIs every time I didn't, I wouldn't do it. But I've only gotten a UTI. Well, actually, and also, whenever I got my IUD, which is a different vagina acronym, it made me feel like I had to pee all the time without the fun stuff.
Mhm.
It just that feeling because I don't know. That's a side effect for some people.
man, someone is listening to this and not near a bathroom right now. Actually, no, they're not, because now everyone's just always near the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, my whole house is a bathroom as far as I'm concerned.
Risky.
Yeah.
That's what your cat thinks.
Yeah. She has a designated pooing and peeing area that she's pretty good about. She's at least like within the ballpark, you know.
Yeah.
But she pukes everywhere. Wherever she wants to puke, she pukes.
Wait, are all of you in relationships and live in places with cats?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Freaks.
Oh, the potential health concerns for holding in your pee because I wanted to prove I was right.
No, I've
But-
definitely heard that
You
before.
found
too.
it?
Yeah, it's something on Healthline. Basically, if you're healthy, it's probably fine, but the bacteria in your pee when your bladder's full can be bad for you if you're pregnant or like immunocompromised or
Mhm.
have kidney issues or whatever. But if you're like a healthy, not pregnant adult, it's probably not going to hurt you.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yep, just wanted to clear it up for the listeners.
I feel like if it makes you bust, it's probably good.
If it makes you bust.
Julie hates the word bust.
Oh,
I
really?
don't hate it. I don't hate it. You texted me a tweet and you said, "Is this too much?" And it was like bust inside of you 2 times, and I was like, "Okay, this is a lot."
It's a lot. Yeah, I know it is. But I felt like cum was too aggressive. I feel like cum is a very
I love that word.
sexual word. Like it's a very like it's something you say during sex. Whereas like I would never be like, I want you to bust inside of me during sex.
Bust for me, baby.
You know when you're having sexual intercourse with your boys.
Yeah, you're having an orgy with your boys chat, and everybody's just like, "Oh man, please bust in me."
Okay, I'm
Bruh.
actually realizing I hate it. I do hate it. You were right.
Yeah, it's like a gross word. It's just that it's so it divorces sex from intimacy, which is
Yes.
why I felt more comfortable saying it in a joke sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's why men like to say it.
That makes sense. I like how you just framed that. When I was
Yeah.
in college, my roommate John discovered that I hated the term like when people said "be inside you."
hmm
Uh-huh.
Like it just was disgusting to me, and he had so much fun, like just like working it into conversation. And like sometimes I'd be doing the dishes, and he would come up behind me and say, "I want to be inside you."
Damn.
He's married now and having a kid, so.
Oh, that's so funny.
But it desensitized me, so now I'm like okay with it.
Yeah.
Like be inside you, I'm like okay, sure.
Mhm.
But my senior year of college, no, junior year, I like when I heard it, I couldn't like not cringe,
Mhm.
and then I got slowly exposure therapy
Yeah.
over time.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Every time I hear that phrase, I just think about like the Magic School Bus and just like becoming miniaturized and literally like,
Or the Rugrats, where they go for the watermelon seed.
dude, yes, because they believe that it'll grow.
It'll grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss
What
that.
about the magic school bust? And it's when you nut in the school bathroom.
I was trying
You
to
should
think
draw
of
a single panel cartoon.
I was trying to think of like a Bush did 9/11 movie called Truth or Truther with Jim Carrey, where like he
Michael,
what?
you should tweet that. That's very funny.
All right,
I love.
I'll work on it.
I don't think you need to work on it. I think it's good.
Dude, you know your podcast rules when the guest is on the podcast and here's a joke and is like, you should do that somewhere else. It's like, wow, that's good. Someone should see or hear that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I am doodling a lot. I need to look at y'all.
You can just say
and stop.
pooping.
I'm doodling. I'm here doodling right now.
Show us what
Doodling
you're
would
doing.
be jerking
Yeah.
off, not
So no, that's
pooping,
diddling.
right?
Well, no,
Can we-
diddling
I know,
is
but-
something else.
Can we see what you're doodling?
Well, I started
It's
it last
stars, definitely.
Whoa!
Fun.
It's just Sharpies. Yeah, I've been doing
Oh my
these.
God.
You should send
Yeah.
that to Wyatt Coke for his shirt line. You know how he has all the
Oh.
weird paisleys. Like, here's a paisel.
Yeah, I just like naturally. My only rules for it is that I like don't think or plan it, and I just like do the shapes and then do another shape that's kind of like in the other shape
Yeah.
that has negative space, and I just do it until I fill up the page. I was trying to do one color per page, but I run out of Sharpie before I get through a page, so
Yeah.
I have to do 2 colors.
I love that.
Thank you. It's really fun. Also, you get a little buzz off the Sharpie.
I was about to say it. Do you
Yeah.
do you love doodling or do you love to be high?
I love to be high off a Sharpie. We just got computer cleaner, and I keep on suggesting that we huff it, and it makes Jeff really upset because he would never do that.
Have you done that,
Um,
Mary Devin?
I did it in school, but I don't think I did it right because it didn't make my voice all crazy like it's supposed to. And I was like afraid while I was doing it, so I don't think I like sucked in enough. But it was like, you know, the like cleany
Feel
thing.
lightheaded?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's not supposed to make your voice
I
crazy.
don't
That's
think
supposed
you
to
make your voice crazy.
No,
that's supposed to work like poppers, right?
the compressed air cans definitely make your voice crazy.
It makes
they
your
do?
voice crazy.
Yeah, it makes it really deep. It's like the opposite of helium. It's really creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, then I
went
definitely
to-
did it wrong the only time I ever did that.
Wait, have you all huffed?
No, not me.
What the hell?
I have.
Do
but
I look like
didn't
I
do it right.
haven't huffed?
Yeah.
Wait, so me and Michael have not,
Mhm.
and you guys have.
Yes.
And your hair looks like that, and our hair looks like
Something there.
Dude.
Definitely. Michael, have you tried taking out your IUD? Maybe your hair will grow back.
That's
No.
a great idea, actually. No, I think that if I wanted my hair to grow back, I would have to put in an IUD. I think that's
Yeah,
hormonally
Actually,
how it works.
that's probably true.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
have my, you want me to mail it to you?
So, some of your
Trans
hair.
women-
If you ever want to cut off all your hair again, let's get a wig made and I'll wear it.
Okay.
I want like a Hall and Oates like wig out of your
Yeah.
hair. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel like I might actually be attracted to you if you had long, pretty hair. Michael.
When Michael,
I've
had
never
long
seen
hair, he
you
looked
from
like a
a-
werewolf.
I've never seen you from like above, and you look even more like Kobe Bryant.
Oh,
right
thank
now.
you. Yeah.
Well, not dead, but like just from this angle, you look more like
Julia,
Kobe.
I know
Here,
you're
let me
confused.
try.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so Glaviano. Okay, not good. Okay, so Glaviano has been told that he looks like Kobe Bryant before.
By what race of person?
White.
I don't know.
It was pretty
A
much.
white person? Okay.
But however,
No,
Terrence
he has similar.
Terrence-
I see it.
Terrence Delane also agrees.
Who does?
But wait,
Oh, dude, we should get Terrence on the pod.
Yeah, we absolutely should get
Who's
Terrence.
Terrence? Terrence Delane.
Yeah.
yeah. Wait, let me show you this.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Malick.
We should get Terrence Howard on the pod.
This.
Is it a bad
I
guy?
hate it when this happens. Okay, this is who I'm sending a screenshot to the chat.
Oh,
This
fuck,
is
I'll
who
be right back.
Glaviano really looks like.
I gotta see it.
But I
This
can.
is kind of like the do you guys know the Andy Daly album?
No.
Every joke is a visual joke. It's a recorded album. And every
That's
single
such a good
joke is
idea.
a visual gag. He's like, you know when skinny people walk like this, and then everyone is dying, and he's like, but fat people walk like this.
That's a very good idea for an album.
I know.
Or was it
Now-
deliberate or was it just an album?
No, totally deliberate.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he did it on purpose,
Copy image location. Okay,
which is what deliberate means.
here's your link. I think that link will work.
Yeah.
We're still talking about all the beautiful people I look like.
Benjamin, do you have a gaming headset?
Hell yeah.
This is Izzy's. It's from when she taught English to
Oh, yeah.
Chinese
Oh, yeah.
children,
Cool,
Nice.
Oh, that's neat.
like
Upgrade.
in China.
beautiful.
Which is, yeah, I mean, I guess like, I don't know how. There's got to be so much more like online teaching now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
you can make a
imagine.
shit ton of money.
Unless you're a
She
real
did-
teacher.
It didn't pay that much.
You can make a shit ton of money being an administrator that tells people to teach online. That's
Yeah.
where the money's at.
Oh, you don't think? I mean, there's high hourly rates.
Yeah, like tutoring and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Tutoring rich
people
people's
are-
kids.
yeah. And like normal people's kids now. Like I
Mhm.
feel like there are a lot of people who either have to work from home or go to work and have like I don't know, whatever. But people are paying to have people like even though they're babysit their kids like remotely, which it sounds like a bougie rich person thing, but I completely understand why you'd want to do that. I think that like I never had kids, but I do feel really bad for people that are working from home with kids, and also the idea that I don't think everyone working from home is rich.
No.
But
Certainly not.
yeah, but like I feel because I mean I cannot imagine having like a kid of any age under like 13 at home while you're trying to work. Oh my God. Who would be
But
insane.
13 or older, that's when they get hot. So according
Yeah, then you can-
to my main
Then you
man
can fuck 'em.
Nabokov, man. Yeah.
Right.
I think
Is that how you say his name?
I have no idea. That's just how I say it. But
Everyone says Nabokov, right?
That's what I say.
I don't know. We'll have to
Man,
look it up
being
right now.
13 right now has to fucking suck. Like not being able to hang out with anyone your age, and you have to like be around your parents or guardians or whatever. Like at the time when you least want to be around them, that's the only person you get to see. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, that would really, really, really suck.
Yeah, my nephew's in that position right now. I don't think he really minds because he can like game and talk to his friends that way, which is like how a lot of kids are interacting anyway. But like, God, I would have hated that shit so much at that age.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I want to go play around in a dumpster right now. Dude, I think I saw a ghost in my house.
What?
Yeah, I don't believe in ghosts, but the first night, we talked about this last time you were on the show, I think.
Did we really? Oh yeah, we did.
Did we talk about Ouija boards? Is that
Did we
what
talk about?
Ouija boards?
No, because I remember something about Mary Devon's old apartment.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Haunted?
Anyway, tell us about your ghost, Benjamin.
Well, yeah, I don't believe in ghosts, but the first night I was here, someone, like, I think it was the people on the other side of the duplex were like walking, and I just like heard their footsteps, and then my brain filled in an image.
Mhm.
But I like saw a dude just walk across the room, and I was like, "Izzy, did you fucking just see that guy?" She was
Holy
like, "No,
shit.
I didn't see that guy." And then last night, we both heard a noise that sounded like someone was inside the house, and then she got up to go check it out, and then she was like, "There's someone in the house," and I was like, "Who the fuck is here?" And then there was no one there, but she was like, "I saw someone hunched over."
What the
I
fuck?
know,
That's really
man.
scary. It's not just
Immediately.
Chris Lane bursting in at odd hours.
No,
Oh,
dude,
you live in
we're-
a different place now.
We're in the new house, yeah.
Wait, what's Chris Lane doing?
Wait.
He is installing blackout curtains on all of the windows and raising his child in darkness. I'm not even kidding. He already like kept his room completely like blackout curtains, dark all the time, never turned out a light, and would somehow read in there.
What the hell?
It's very creepy. And now that we're gone, all of the windows are like that.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why he would do that. Is he like nocturnal?
He's like, it keeps the house cooler, but it's like, well, dude, you can't see. So you kind of need to be able to see.
Yeah,
need to
that's
be-
alarming. Also, it's bad for you to not see sun even from, I don't know.
I just,
Well, he goes outside.
I'm really into
Yeah.
sunlight, and I want my house to be flooded with sunlight, so I took off the roof. So, yeah.
Have you guys
Man.
talked about the parallel universe yet?
No, I
What?
didn't. I saw the headline and I just ignored it. What happened?
What is that? What?
They found a parallel universe where time goes backwards.
Oh.
I don't believe you.
No, I don't believe that either. I mean,
Oh,
I believe that.
Wasn't it? It was like, I forgot. I saw someone be like, actually, it's just the explanation that they came up with for this other thing. Like, it's one of many possible explanations, right? For something.
I didn't
don't-
read it.
I didn't either.
But also
Wait.
UFOs.
Oh, dude, did you see the like UFOs in Brazil?
They're everywhere.
Did you guys see that though?
No.
There's
No?
like thousands of people in this city in Brazil saw, and there's like a ton of videos about like of the same thing, like this like weird light formation that's moving around, and then people are claiming they're finding weird like debris all
What the
over.
fuck?
I know it's like MAGE is the, I don't know how it's pronounced.
What the fuck? I don't. Can the aliens just
I'll find
kill
it.
us? I'm honestly
That's
sick
what
of
you
the
want.
waiting. Yeah, I'm like,
You don't want them
I-
to save us?
I mean,
What if
why
they fuck
would
real
they?
good? If they fucked real good, would you fucking alien?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
I mean,
I-
I would.
I would not be the first.
Oh damn!
I would.
Dude, this footage is wild.
The
Yeah.
Oh.
Mage or Mage.
Yeah.
Someone tell us how to pronounce that.
That is a word in English also, and it is pronounced mage. Who knows how they pronounce it in Brazil? I'll send you guys a link though. Man, this is a very visual podcast episode, but that's okay. But there's like a lot of different TikToks of it, so you know it's real. That's fucking weird, dude.
Okay.
When was this? This was like 2 days ago.
No, this was like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But like more and more footage is coming out because like it was one of those things where the whole city saw it.
Right.
And like now there's like a lot of people claiming that they're like finding stuff on the ground all over. I mean, those people may be full of shit and maybe they are fine. Oh, Julie's gone.
What?
Julie.
Lit Mobile just sent me this
Whoa.
wireless battery pack. I'm excited. Let's see what's inside.
Stop it. Okay. Could y'all just hear all that?
Yep.
Sorry.
Was it for a battery powered vibrator?
It was for the commercial for the Mage video.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Michael, share your screen.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm turning it on mute. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna share
Share your screen and
Okay. Sharing my screen.
Oh,
Julie's back.
Hi.
hi. Where is she?
I'm here. Can you see me now?
Oh, now I can. Okay, good.
Now I'm in my dad's room.
Good.
your dad has a sweet fucking like dragon art piece.
All right. Can you guys see the shared screen?
Oh,
This video is 15 minutes.
I know, but just watch the beginning. Wait for it.
oh.
I bet this is something. I bet it's like a thing that we're gonna look back on and be like, remember when we were joking about president and then it's a name we can't say because they're not carbon beings. But oh my god.
So this is
cool.
just an
No,
aggregation.
this is probably bad. I don't think anything's good ever. Anything I don't understand is now bad.
I think
Well,
if
why do you
aliens
have a
are
Google
bad,
search
then
for
it's because we're bad.
Oh, we were talking about. They were explaining to
I'm
me
on
what
the
Sibian
alien
was.
side.
Oh, that says no, NASA didn't find a parallel. Wait, what is that?
Oh, that's. I was just about to. Well, actually, no, not really. But that was the first headline when I googled parallel universe.
Got it.
It's on CNET.
I didn't actually read anything. I just saw on Twitter.
Yeah. That's my news consumption also. All right, I'm gonna unshare my screen so you can show us the cool thing on your dad's wall.
Oh, it's Aboriginal art of a platypus.
Aw.
It looks like a dragon from here. What?
Oh, I like that.
That's
Oh,
very
wait.
sick.
Went away. Come on.
You can't see it?
I see it.
I can see it.
That's tight.
I'm gonna pin you, Julie. There you go. Now I can
What does
see
that
it.
mean? Okay. Put me in gallery view.
Yeah, I'm on gallery view, dude.
I had. Wait.
Yeah,
I
man,
had,
are you not on gallery view?
what's gallery view?
That's where you can see everyone at the
I
same
can see
time.
everyone, but when the chat's open, Julie gets cut off because she's the farthest to the right. So I
What
just
the
pinned
fuck?
Julie.
Bro.
So that way you're always right there.
Oh.
And now I can't see myself, which is good because I'll just look at myself and study my own face if I can see it.
Got to take a look at the hair that Huffing created.
That's funny. I like
That is funny.
Mary Devin and I are gonna get alligator tattoos.
Where?
I'm so excited to get a tattoo again.
Me too. I'm obsessed.
Where are you going to get yours, Julie?
Probably so it wraps around my arm or thigh. I want it to wrap around something.
Nice.
What about you, MD?
I'm gonna get mine on my which side? I always forget where my own tattoos are. Yes, my left thigh. My left thigh is where the bull tattoo is, and I think I'm gonna get it right next to that. And I'm gonna designate that thigh to black only.
Apex predators.
Only black line tattoos and animals, and then
I know a
That way.
bull isn't an apex predator.
wait, what?
I know a bull is not an apex predator. I was making a joke.
No, that's funny. I keep on seeing alligators. There's so many more alligators and so many more snakes everywhere. And
the snakes and aliens at the same time. I don't know, man.
I saw a man swimming in the bayou by our house today like a fucking idiot. I just want to say to any listeners, I know that a lot of you like might go on Google and Google like, is it safe to swim in X body of water? Because you haven't lived in New Orleans for long enough to like know through just talking to people. Don't swim in the bayou. I know they say it's quote unquote safe now. It is not safe to swim in the bayou. First of all, if it wasn't safe like 6 months ago, I don't know why you think that. I understand that like they like test for levels of things, but there's alligators everywhere. Also, people throw a ton of like people in Louisiana. I don't know if you've ever met a single person in Louisiana, but they're all idiots and they pour shit that they're not supposed to in water because they don't understand nature and how it works. So that's why. And the bayou's connected to the lake, which is probably connected to something else. I don't know how lakes work, but regardless, I would not swim in any water here. Like, don't swim in the fucking river. And
do you swim at Fontainebleau on the North Shore?
What?
Do you swim at Fontainebleau on the North Shore?
I've never swam there, but a lot of people swim there. I think a good sign that the bayou's not safe to swim in is that the only people that do it are 8 years old and alone, or hipsters who have lived here for no time because they don't even live here. They live on the sidewalk. And they jump in because they don't, whatever, because they don't know anything and they don't care if they die. But like the people that like, this was like a triathlon, like a triathlete guy. He was training for a triathlon.
Whoa.
I know because New Orleans is so small. And I put him on my story and said, RIP dumbass. And someone was like, I know that guy, he's training for a triathlon, but he's a fucking idiot.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. I mean, he was swimming fast as hell, so he's definitely very healthy.
Does our water still have the brain-eating amoeba in it?
All hot water, that amoeba just lives anywhere it's hot enough, I think.
Oh, really?
Like, I think it's like any natural body of water, like the Gulf of Mexico has it. Like, it's an issue of temperature, I think. I don't think that there's any water that it doesn't thrive in, but I could be wrong.
Interesting.
Because I know it's an issue like in the bayou, which is not salt water, and it's an issue in like the Gulf, which is salt water.
Mm-hmm.
So it must not be based on.
Well, then I won't use my neti pot anymore.
If you boil it, it's fine.
Well, then it hurts when it goes in the nose if you boil
Well,
it.
you can wait for it to get cold.
Wait, so are you just snorting water?
Hell yeah! No, I don't actually own a neti pot. But there were a bunch of headlines that were like, "Don't use a neti pot, you dumbass," because
that goes straight to your brain.
All you have to do is use bottled water or whatever to use a neti pot.
Bottled water, Mary Devin. What is this?
Shut up! You don't recycle.
Even if I had a recycling bin, I would just poop in it every day just to make a point. I wouldn't put stuff in it. I wouldn't make people pick it up. I would just poop in it because recycling is a scam.
Yeah, it is a scam. They don't recycle in New Orleans. We've seen people take our recycling and put it in the garbage truck.
I admire the straightforwardness there because sometimes they just put it on a boat to China where China throws it away. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It's just like, oh, let's ship the recycling to China and they'll throw it in the trash for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess people's logic is like, it's farther away from us.
Right.
I mean, that's sort of the logic with trash, period. Yeah. It's just like, get it away.
Yeah. I don't know what the solution is to, yeah.
Julie, when are you going to go back to New York?
I mean, never, maybe.
You're going to go back.
No,
are you paying rent?
No, I haven't paid rent.
Nice.
I'm hoping they just cancel it. My management company is not the best, but not the worst either. They sent an email that was like, if you agree that you'll pay it, we won't charge late fees. And so I was like, yeah, I'll pay it. I don't have a job though. So I'm just hoping they cancel it. But they do keep harassing us a little bit, but I'm just ignoring it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like sending emails, or are they like calling and texting you?
Sending emails, and then someone did text me and I just didn't respond. But I mean, obviously it's illegal to like housing court isn't open. It's a nightmare. It's a mess. I miss New York. I really do. Like, I'm missing it a lot, actually, more than I thought I would. but I don't want to go back until there's a vaccine, and that
Yeah.
could be a long time. Or if stuff deteriorates here to the point where I think it's like I would rather have the physical risk there than have the mental stuff here, then I would go.
Mhm.
But it's impossible to know when that will be.
So what's your life like right now? What are you doing?
How many people listen to this? Like a lot or not a lot?
250
Nobody.
on average. Yeah.
Okay, I'm having a very difficult time. I was living with my brother, but he is having mental health issues, and we had a big fight that turned abusive. And so I left, and I'm living at my dad's. But my dad lives in like a 2-bedroom house, and my grandma also lives with him. And so for the first couple of days, I didn't have like a space, and that sucked. And then we figured out the laundry room, like he had just a bunch of tables that had shit on it, and so we cleared it out, and then the air mattress fits in there, so that's been better. But it just was a lot, and like I do feel like I'm going through a second childhood because I'm just like in North Carolina with only my family, and it's just bringing up a lot of shit that I didn't think was this bad, really, I guess. But
yeah, it's basic. I mean, did you grow up in this house?
No.
Okay.
No, my parents got divorced and sold their house, but then my mom and dad each bought houses like a mile away from our old house. So
that's what my parents did also.
I'm in the same area, which is nice, actually.
Yeah, I was just thinking, just because like a running conversation that me and Susanna have is like how we regress when we're around our families or whatever, and it's like
the building doesn't matter. Like it's but
it's just like you have like just all these. It's and like people are just act like it's so mysterious or whatever. It's like, why do I always regress when I go see my family or whatever? And it's like, oh, you are receiving stimulus that you haven't encountered in years, and last time you encountered it, you were a child, and so the only neurons connected to those neurons are baby idiot neurons. You know what I mean? It's just like
also it's a social pattern in history. So like when you meet people when you're 31, they're interacting with you as you are now.
Right.
But when you are interacting with someone who watched you be born, they're interacting with the you that's compiled of your entire history of relationship and memories. So
totally,
they saw you shit your pants for like a totally different context than your friends have seen you shit your pants for.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's fucking rough, dude.
I'm trying to like have perspective because I know that it's like a privileged problem, kind of like.
I mean, don't feel that way though. I mean, I think everyone's privileged. Every single American, even if you live in a trailer, there's someone in the world that thinks it's a mansion. You know what I mean? You deserve pain.
Yes, relativism, but also
that's
I
right.
just think
you deserve to feel pain.
You deserve. You don't have to qualify it.
Yeah. I'm not qualifying it like where I'm like, but everyone else is more. I'm qualifying it in terms of like my mood disorder, where it's really important for me to be like, you feel like this is everything, but actually there's a lot of good and it will be fucking fine. I think the hardest thing is that there's not is there no resolution, but the likelihood of there being resolution in the next, like, it's just going to be years, like, because it's just going to be years. And also like to have a situation like that with someone I am not related to is one thing, because if someone did that to me, I could just be like, okay, well, fuck you. I'll never see this person again. But if it's someone who I'm related to, like my parents are going to die and it's just going to be me and my brother, like for a long time. Like that's a thing that I have to figure out. And I think a big piece of why it's been very difficult is like usually if someone hurts you, your parents, it's like your parents protect you. But if the person who hurt you, they're also protecting, there's just a lot of shit there. So like I think I've felt really sad and frustrated because I feel like my parents are I don't know, taking care of him more when I'm feeling like, but they're worried that he's gonna do something that's bad, so they're worried. I don't know.
It's hard to like, if you were I mean, I know this is obvious, but also I have to think this way. Like, if you were like thinking of your own situation and seeing what they were doing and how they were reacting, and you were me or someone else, you would be like, okay, well, they're worried he's going to kill himself. So
Yeah.
they're like giving him more attention. But from your perspective, it just feels, especially because y'all are twins. So it's not even like, oh, he's the younger one or whatever.
Mhm.
It's like, that's hard to just feel like people assume that you need less help, I guess.
Well, and I think that first, I think because I'm now physically safe, they're not like worried about me. And part of me is like, okay, well, just because I'm literally here and you can see me doesn't mean I'm okay
Mhm.
at all.
right.
And just because I have like higher emotional intelligence and have figured out my emotional regulation to where I'm not like a liability to people around me doesn't mean that I'm like completely self-sufficient and don't need my parents
Mhm.
Right.
during like a trauma.
Mhm.
Like that's
Right.
been ugh.
Yeah, that's hard.
But they're doing their best. Like, I mean, I can't imagine how difficult their position is. So I'm trying to, and they are doing so much for me, like so much. So I'm just trying to like um yeah, not have anger about that.
I mean, it's not quite the same thing, but I've definitely been in the position where like someone I like one of my friends is like drunk and being a dickhead at the
Yeah.
bar or something like that, and like is totally the person who like aggrieved someone else that I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I gotta go help the drunk guy
Right.
because he's the one who's, even though he hurt someone else,
Yeah.
he's the one I gotta go
Take
deal
care
with
of.
because
Right.
he's fucking drunk.
Right.
And like being in that situation, it's like you don't want it can feel like a slight, especially like if you're like caught in between, you know, both people. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't, you know, this person just got a drink thrown at them or got yelled at or whatever the fuck happened. Like, I don't want to double making that person feel like shit by being like, actually, I'm gonna go help drink throw guy or
Yeah.
whatever. But sometimes you need to
Yeah.
like that. You know, the plane's going down. You gotta like put the air on you first. I don't. That's a shitty metaphor, but like you have to like solve the immediate problem
Putting out
and then
fires.
move on.
Yeah. That's like how at school kids say that. I'm not comparing you. I am comparing you to a child.
I'm a
but
child.
it's not to it, but also like being in your position does bring, like you were saying, like it
Yeah.
feels like, I mean, I still feel like a child. Like, I don't understand how people like take care of their parents financially. I obviously like grew up very, I mean, like, yeah. My parents have always taken care of me. My parents still would take care of me if I needed it. And they did for an embarrassing long time financially. So like, I know that there are people that take care of their parents financially, or people whose parents say horrible things to them, but they understand their parents have like psychological problems. I cannot imagine being the grown up, because I still am like, I'm baby, like I'm 31. And during my wedding, when my mom and I would fight with each other, just my mom being mad at me ruined my whole world, even
Yeah.
though I was so mad at her. But like, I mean, that, yeah. So I regressed so much. And someone was throwing a party for me that cost thousands upon thousands of dollars, and somehow that was hard. So don't feel bad that a pandemic is hard for you.
I want a shirt that says "I'm baby."
I'm baby. Yeah, that was
That's
like
how
a
I
meme.
feel.
Yeah, I know. I am such the baby. Like, if my parents are remotely harsh with me, I pretend like it's not that big of a deal and doesn't hurt my feelings, but it hurts my feelings. So I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, kids, like at school, kids will be like, why, he's the one that hurt me, because they don't know that this kid's autistic and has
Right.
they don't know the kid's IEP because they're 6.
Mhm.
They just know that kid bit their forehead. And so they're like, why are you paying so much attention to the kid that bit my forehead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, because he will, kill us all.
He's bit before and he'll bite again.
He'll bite again.
We got to make sure this kid doesn't become Hitler. I know you've never even read about that, but this child is Hitler potentially, or maybe just like a regular guy that works at like a coffee shop.
Yep.
I don't like you less than
now.
Little Johnny Forehead. I
Exactly.
just yeah.
And yeah, it's hard to explain because it is unfair. It's completely unfair.
Yeah.
This is kind of a change of topic, but I have been wanting to ask like a New York comedian what their Zoom comedy experience has been like. Yeah.
I like Zoom shows. I'm into them. They're fun.
What are like highlight, highlight type anecdotes?
Well, I think the best thing, I think trying to do material is a horrible mistake,
Mhm.
and it feels like a kiss of death. Like
Mhm.
when I've tried to do that, it just feels so it makes me feel hollowed out as a person, like that nothing has meaning and never will again.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's bad.
Dude, I've had that feeling doing a bit that I love that I
Right.
wrote that week, and I'm like, 6 times I say this.
No.
I say this fucking joke 6 times. Like, who am I? This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
I can't even imagine doing it now.
No, I have just been I've had fun on shows where I just chat,
Mhm.
like I just talk to the person, and then I do sometimes have stuff that I wrote of like what's going on with me, or like things that I'm watching, things that I would talk about in an open mic anyway, like that I want to talk about. And then I did this show that's like kind of a homework show, but it's called Crushing It, but actually I think it's ending now. But it's a Philly comic, but you make a little slideshow of your childhood crushes and then you like present it.
Mhm.
And that was so fun.
The
it
show
was-
that you did with sorry to interrupt.
No, what?
The show that you did with Patrick Hasty. First of all, Patrick Hasty's so fucking funny.
He
But
is.
The premise is so funny. So y'all should check this out and check out Julie's episode. I mean, I say episode, but it's like a 2-minute clip.
It's a
but-
minute, like in 30 seconds. Yeah.
Explain
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay, so Patrick had this idea that I'm very jealous of, but he basically had this idea where everyone sends him, or a comic sends him like a 30 to 1 minute video of
Mhm.
you having one side of conversation. So you can make up whatever you want. So mine, I was like, you can endow him with anything, because then he has to make the other side, and then he plays it together like you're really having that conversation.
That's such a good
But
idea.
it's hilarious because for mine, so I like open and I was like, okay, no shirt, wow. And then he of course had to not have a shirt on. And then I was like, okay, so Patrick, oh my God, it's so amazing to see you. I've been meaning to ask you, what do you think of Israel and Palestine? And then I'm like waiting, and then I go, feels racist. And then we get to like have, and then I ended by being like, how's sex with your wife? Is it good?
And then he blacks out. It's so
yeah,
funny.
and he edited it so well. It's so good. But a bunch of people do different things.
Mhm.
But that's the plug-in is like 30 whatever seconds of one person making it up, and then he'll fill it in, and it's really good.
I love that idea. I definitely want to watch it. I was about to ask the dumbest question. I was about to ask, like, is that the guy with the little mustache and the hat?
That's yes and yes.
All right, I got it.
It
Yeah. I did his show. That dude's funny as hell. I only met him like
He's
once,
so
but
funny.
he was really funny.
I
He
had never
seems like
seen him.
such a good person.
He's genuinely a good person. He has a really good show in New York called Jackknife, and I had known him just from being friends, and I had never seen him do, and then like we did, but I had never seen him do comedy. And then I did the festival in Worcester, and I saw him, he was on a show with me, and he crushed, and I had never seen him, and I was so impressed.
How do you spell his last name?
Hasty, Hastie. If you go to my Facebook, Michael, do you have Facebook, right?
I do, yeah.
Are we friends on there?
Yes.
Okay. If you go to my Facebook wall, I posted the thing, and it has mine, but then it has a link to, he made like a YouTube playlist of all of them, and there's like 27, and they're really good.
I am bookmarking it right now. I'll try to remember and put it in the description. I say that I will, and I never do, but I think I will try to do it this time.
Man, I love that I don't actually have to check Facebook to book comedy shows anymore. Because I would always say, like, I only have Facebook for, like, to book comedy show. It's, like, the only reason I really keep it.
Now you don't.
And I spent so much time on it. But now that I don't have to book comedy shows, I don't go waste a bunch of time on it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the shittiest website I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God. Wait, I have to tell this. Okay. So much backstory here. But if you go to my Facebook, I posted this innocuous article.
Are you eating a fortune cookie while you're talking right now?
No, I'm eating half a weed cookie.
Okay.
But I
722.
I have a weed mint.
nice. I have so many weed cookies because I don't drink alcohol anymore, and I get so high that they barely affect me. But anyway, that's beside the point. What was I going to say? Actually, that's not true. If I eat a whole weed cookie, I'll be stoned off my ass, and if I eat half of one, I'll be extremely high. But I ate a quarter of one last night, and I barely felt anything, and a quarter used to like knock me on my butt. But anyway. So I posted this thing on Facebook. It was an NPR article where they just interviewed experts and they ranked outdoor activities safety level and explained why.
I saw that you posted that. I bookmarked that because I want to keep going back.
It made me feel really good because
Yeah.
it was like there were so many things that people have been shaming people for, or I've been really, really afraid to do that seemed intuitively safe to me with what we do know about it. And doctors were like, no, using a public restroom, as long as you're super safe, yada, 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 it's low to medium risk.
Okay.
So like things like that, and like staying with a family if you've both been quarantined, like you can go on vacation and it's only dangerous if you like go to a place where there's a shit fuck ton of people. So like the pictures
And
of
who
everyone
wrote it? It's like CDC people. It's like people that we trust their evaluation.
infectious disease experts.
Okay.
And
It was the bass
NPR.
player from the band Infectious Grooves.
I understand that NPR is like certainly the reason I trust it is that I have my own qualms with NPR, but like
What are they?
I mean, they really don't like Bernie Sanders, but like, and I just think that they're very like, you know, I feel like I don't want to talk about like the mainstream media because I'll sound like a Trump supporter, which I'm not. But
No, they're the most like smug lib, like
Yeah.
MSM. Like, actually, I do get my news from a trusted
Right.
source.
Mhm.
they're very
It's-
like privileged discourse, like very, I don't know. I feel like they miss the mark a lot. But when it comes to infectious disease experts, I trust them to interview them. Like, I don't think they have any, you know, I don't think that they're banking off a big COVID or anything. So I think that, and if anything, NPR people are the ones that are like, I saw this woman not wearing a mask today, and so I called the police.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, I was talking about this in the last episode, and it probably sounds racist, but I get very annoyed with people talking about how only white people aren't wearing masks, because that's not at all what I'm seeing. And also, if you're not wearing a mask, you don't deserve to die. Like, I feel like liberals are like, if you don't wear a fucking mask or if you go to church, then you deserve what you get. And I'm like, first of all, infectious
It's not going to be
diseases-
them.
This is
I know.
Yeah.
It's
It's
yeah.
like drunk driving. Like the drunk driver is never the person who gets killed. It's always someone else. And it's like the people who aren't wearing masks, it's because they're healthy and they'll probably be fine. But then they're
Right.
going to be this carrier and give it to someone else.
or they will get sick and die, and they don't deserve it because none of us like, this is so mentally taxing. Like you said this, Julie, and I agree with you that like judging people for how they're handling it when we're all probably psychologically extremely damaged right now because we're
Yeah.
all going through, the whole world is going through a traumatic event,
Yeah.
including the people who are telling us what to do.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like at least a decent percentage of like people who are in charge are also having like fucking
Totally.
huge mind fucks, and they can't take a mental health day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's like we're all fucked and we're all doing the best we can. So some of these people probably aren't wearing masks because they're in denial and their brain's not working. Like
Yeah.
now when
Yeah, and
something
you can't tattle on the disease. That's
yeah,
not
exactly.
gonna.
But there's so many people that want a
fix
sense of
anything.
control. So they're like, I saw this person out today and they were hanging out in a group and they were eating crawfish. And I'm that person too. I am also a cop about this. Like, I get very annoyed when I see people, especially kids who I know, because I talked about the evil teens at Lake Pontchartrain who they were all talking and they got completely silent when I passed. I turned off my music to see if they were
You
gonna
may
say
be
anything.
doing verbatim 15 minutes from the last episode.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I just
so anyway,
edited it,
the
that's
NPR
why
thing I
it's-
shared, you can just cut it out.
It's all
But
good.
the NPR
Don't cut
thing
it.
I
This is
shared,
great.
was just talking about infectious diseases, and this guy commented and was like, "You own this country. We all own this country."
Oh, I saw that you shared that.
God, he
I
was
saw your
such a
tweet.
fucking idiot. And this guy is so stupid. So he's some guy that went to Tulane School of Professional Development, which like good for you, but he studied cybersecurity for some reason, and he thinks that he's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
And
Maybe he loves the movie The Perfect Score. Do you remember that?
He's one of the most, he's like this self-serious West Bank guy that like does that thing that white guys do where they do a black scent to say things. You know what I'm talking about? Like he'll
Yeah, like
just be
Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah, exactly. He
Yes.
does that thing,
Thank you.
but not like, yeah, he's like
No,
very-
Jed is patois. He like
Oh,
does a
yeah, I forgot he does
patois,
do that.
like, thing. But yes, I know what you're saying. I'm
You know
in
what I'm
North
saying.
Carolina.
and he's like 5'5". Jeff, this is the smallest city in the world, so Jeff actually did date his sister, who's dead. But anyway, so when we were like 20 years old, my friend is friends with his friend, and we ended up at a house, and we were drinking and smoking weed out of like a 3-foot bong, and I got fucking obliterated, and I threw up all over a mom's lawn on the West Bank and was kicked out of the house, being carried out by friends, and she was like really pissed, blah blah blah. That night he got in his head that I was hitting on him, and the next time I saw him, he kept rejecting me and being like, "Look, Mary, I just don't like you like that. Like, I'm really sorry. I just don't feel that way about you." I was like, "I never wanted to have sex with you. I think that you're disgusting." Like, I was like so pissed that he thought that. And then I was talking to my friend who I'm not friends with anymore, and I was like, "Yeah, he's such a fucking loser. I cannot believe he thought that." He's like, "I mean, no, you probably said something. You know, he's like a good guy." And I was like, "I'm going to kill myself. He's so stupid and ugly. He's the worst man in the world. He's such an idiot." And then, of course, he's the one who pops out of the woodwork. I forgot even existed. Pops out of the woodwork. And the funniest thing he said was, "Parks may be technically closed, but that just means that they're free." Just like, you're going to get eaten by a bear, you idiot. There's no one there to save you. There's no restrooms. There's no anything. You should not go to a closed national park right now. He also said that he'd been to like 4 states in a week. So I guess he's flying to them. I also don't know who's asking him to go to these places, because I can assure you he still lives with his mom on the fucking West Bank.
Maybe like a
Yeah.
short king convention or something.
He's such a fucking loser.
Yeah.
You should tell him some people's sisters are still alive.
That's probably why she had to do heroin. No.
God damn. Yeah.
I mean, I would too if he was my brother. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do heroin, Julie.
I want to do heroin when I'm like 80 something, and then I can just not worry about the consequences.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what
I accidentally
my grandmother
did
did.
heroin one time.
You
What does that mean? Actually, I did too. Well, I did an opioid, like the high oxycodone.
Yeah, that's the good
Oxycontin.
shit.
What?
Also, Michael, can you edit the parts where I'm racist?
Yeah, you're not racist.
I'm just saying, I think that
Okay.
like there is a liberal obsession with saying that only white people do stuff, because I think that they're afraid to ever admit a black person has ever made a mistake.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that the black people not wearing masks, first of all, I don't wear a mask when I run, and I think that you can have a party with your friends safely outdoors. So like, I don't think it's bad. I'm just saying that these narcs on Facebook are all pretending like it's rich Republicans, who I will say in Lakeview are going into grocery stores and shit with no mask.
Mhm.
And it isn't.
It's the like moralizing woke scold version
Yes.
of exoticizing the other.
Mhm.
Yes,
It's like,
exactly.
oh yeah, they're perfect, and which is like,
Right.
no, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, who cares what the demographic of people making mistakes is?
Yeah. Only
I
Jews are
will
perfect.
say though, in Brooklyn specifically, in a lot of gentrified neighborhoods, there is a pattern that like Black people whose families live there and have lived there for generations are of course being mindful of the community and like protecting themselves, and then white people who think everything is fine are not.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about people in New Orleans, but
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, I very much believe that, but I do think that like, I don't know. And also, I posted on Instagram when I was wearing a mask on like a narrow walkway, and I was like exercising with one, and then multiple people were like, "I was so worried when you were running without a mask." People that I generally like, but it's just like they're all narcs and they're just coming all over themselves. They love when people don't wear masks because they get to feel right, and they love it.
I think
swear
no
to
one
God.
knows. There's no no one feels any sense of certainty about literally anything, and so I think people just latch on to like, I think this is the thing.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me that like you could pass a person for, like, obviously when you look at Pensacola on opening day or whatever and the beach is packed, like even though they're outside, that's not safe because there's no way those people can be a far enough distance, you know?
Yeah.
But they had, and I know I'm not an expert and we're all reading the same things, but like Paneet, for instance, is like extremely, I've been texting him and he's like extremely judgmental and pissed off about people opening too early and doing things.
Yeah.
But like you can safely go to the beach if you only hang out with your own family, if it's not a super crowded beach. And even he said that like anything outdoors or where you only have to be indoors one at a time very briefly is not how it's transmitted. Like now that they can actually study how things are transmitted, outdoor infections aren't really happening. So that is really good to know, and it's really reassuring. Was the whole point of me bringing this up is that like we don't have to only stay in our houses. As long as we can do stuff outside, we can hang out with a friend or two for a little while, you know, and it's like we don't have to punish ourselves. But I think a lot of people are punishing.
Oh, hell yeah, we can do acid.
Yeah, we can do acid.
I want to do acid.
Come on down.
I wish. Oh my God. I'm jealous of Molly. Molly's in New Orleans and she did it right.
Yeah. So wait. Oh, I guess I shouldn't talk about Molly's relationship. I have questions for you after this, Julie.
Everyone is curious about it. It's just a guy she met at Mardi Gras.
I mean, but it makes sense to be curious because they are living together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Do you know what depression is?
Yeah.
Wait, did you freeze?
Wait, the phone,
Everyone is
Wait,
unfrozen
what'd
for
you
me.
say?
I just said jokingly, do you know what depression is? I mean, I think Molly, well, wait, how is it okay to talk on this?
I don't know. 250 people, some of whom we don't know or know only barely listen. So
that's better. That's preferable.
Yeah.
There's a dude in Japan who listens.
Dude,
that's really cool.
We are on every continent but Antarctica, my friend. So
wow.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how that happened, but I think that we're on like the Chapo subreddit list of leftist podcasts or whatever. So I think that's it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Are you guys all gonna get matching tattoos?
I don't know. I have a single tattoo. Yeah.
Michael, you don't?
Yeah, I think I would do it only if it's a microphone because I know Mary Devin would hate that so much.
I would hate it so much. I hate microphone tattoos.
Wait, why does anyone have those? That's horrible.
Mike Hall has one.
No, wait, what?
It's like an old-timey microphone in his arm.
Who?
He has like a shitty like show promo flyer tattoo.
I still didn't know. Who has this tattoo?
He does.
Who?
Mike Hall. Michael Hall.
Oh, Mike Hall. Okay, I thought you said Michael, and I was like, no, I do not.
You were like, no, I don't.
I don't.
That'd be so funny if I just kept on insisting to you that you had a microphone tattoo.
Michael does.
Yeah, that's it's not a tattoo, it's my penis.
Just to say, I think that Molly and Mitch's situation, I'm fine with whatever it is, but it was semi-romantic and then it like wasn't, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I don't understand modern love. I'm 50 years old, so
there's a lot of podcasts you could listen to about it.
One of which is probably called Modern Love.
Modern Love.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that?
That's
oh no,
New York
Many
Times.
Love. That's Sophie's book.
Yeah. Yeah. But with regard to Facebook, I managed to completely stop posting somehow, and like Facebook was designed for people like me. So it's like a miracle that I managed to stop posting. But what happened was I kept posting like articles or like like one line opinions or whatever, and I kept getting replies from people who like added me 2 years ago because they found like a commemorative mug from 8th grade with like everyone's name on it or whatever, and just added everyone, like that sort of shit. And God, they have the worst opinions. Yeah. I don't know. I will put that.
No, it's true. Facebook, you always think, because everyone on Facebook has like 2,000 friends, and you always think like, this is an innocuous thing. Like, there's no way anyone will hate this.
Right.
And then someone always comes out to be like, it's honestly, every time, like, I even thought to myself, there's no way anyone's going to get mad at this when I posted that link and I just said, this is relieving because I didn't know you could go to the beach. Like the most earnest. Also, the pandemic has made me earnest on Facebook. Like I used to not post anything unless it was like funny or ironic. And now everything I post is just like very like, this is a very informative article. But I don't care about being funny at all anymore. But anyway, like it's so funny, just count down and then someone you forgot existed is there to be like, by the way, people in the West Bank are still dumb as hell. Just wanted to remind you.
Yeah.
Excuse me, white people on the West Bank.
There you go.
But actually, in that case, it is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, between not having to deal with like show promotion at all and electoral politics just not meaning anything whatsoever anymore,
Right.
like Facebook seems just like the most irrelevant place. I literally only check it to see if James Jermaine has done another New Orleans comic
Those are so
threesome.
good.
Yeah.
Do you all have one now?
Yes, thank God.
Yeah. Benjamin, you have one. Yeah.
Yeah, mine was is Todd Barry.
That makes no sense. I'm so glad I got Joan Rivers, and I was so offended that I got Karen, the Karen meme,
Yeah.
the original Karen who's actually calling the cops and
Yeah.
not just like talking to a manager. But I don't even care. I'm like, whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah. I was pleased with mine also.
Who did you get?
I got Jesselnick, Oates from Hall & Oates, and
yeah.
a gumball machine.
Honestly, Jesselnick's good for you because your delivery's very dry. Yeah, he did 2 bald references for you, which is very funny.
Yeah.
Dude, I think the gumball machine thing, I couldn't quite place it, but I didn't think it was a bald thing. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
But Jesselnick's a good one for you, Michael.
Yeah, I think that the thing that I was most pleased with is that, like, because I whatever. The thing I was most pleased with is that I'm incredibly fucking nervous every time I go up, every single time. Just like I have to take a shit because I'm so nervous.
How long have you been doing stand-up now?
I mean, in terms of years.
Since you restarted.
Yeah, I mean, I kept doing it in Iowa City or whatever, but the scene wasn't super
right.
active. So like in terms of years, like 7 or something, but I've probably gone up a total of like 200 times tops, maybe 150. So and over 7 years, that's like not a lot. Like so, and even when I was active, I was like going up like once.
You've done it
I was
for
doing
like
like one mic a month and like one show
years.
a month. Yeah, that sounds right.
Cool.
I would say.
But yeah, but I think I just like. I mean, for me, the fun part is writing the jokes, and then the performing is just like a tax that I have to pay in order to get to write the jokes because no one else will tell them for me.
God, I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I never write anything.
I've never written a joke.
I mean,
Like, I've not one joke. I just go up there
Julie
and
was
start
telling me that
talking.
behind your back.
yeah.
Did I?
No, I'm completely kidding. I'm just I'm just referring to the long-standing conflict of Julie doesn't get Benjamin's sense of humor at all.
I believed
Does
it.
not like
I
it.
believed it, and I
I'm
was
so
hurt.
sorry. Yeah.
I saw in your face. I didn't even think to like refute it because I knew I.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh man, I haven't even remembered that insecurity of mine.
Thank God for this video chat to bring it back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I gotta go. Like, I'm gonna go outside and try and make someone laugh.
Yeah. My bad. Just making a joke. Julie, are you a write on paper ever person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean
You
like
should see her notebooks. It's like
Unhinged.
there's no space between anything. It's just completely filled all the time. Every time
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I write a lot. I've actually been writing more, which is insane.
That's good.
I've been writing and drawing more in quarantine and cooking and working out less.
Yeah.
But did you just mean in general or comedy specifically?
Writing? Oh yeah, I'm just curious specifically about comedy.
Comedy, yeah. I use Twitter a lot as like a
Yeah.
little springboard platform. I
Yeah.
think my mind works in tweets now.
Yeah.
And then at open mics, I kind of just go through and think about what I want to talk through or what feels like a fuller idea
Yeah.
rather than just that one thing.
Mm.
But yeah, I also write. I miss being at Mike's. At Mike's is where I it makes me think more. That's where I get inspired. Because I hate everyone else. No.
When I first started, I would go like to try and get up the nerve. I would like go to Mike's and just like watch and
Yeah.
be like, oh, these people, some of them suck, and I would be okay.
Yeah.
Like
That's
like
how I got up the fucking the gumption to actually do it. Was I went to like 2 mics, and it was at Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So it's like 200 people are there,
Yeah.
like seated in a comedy club. Like it's like a really good audience. Like it's a good mic, and there's good comics who are trying to get on.
Yeah.
And they do. The like first couple times I saw it, I was like, oh shit, I'm better than all of these people, and I've never done this. Except for like, like 5 or 6 people who are like, oh, that's clearly like a good comic.
Right.
Yeah.
I had that feeling, but it was wrong, but it was enough to get me on stage in the first place.
I also felt that way, but when the night I went to Carrollton Station, it was because Louis C.K. was going up everywhere, and I really wanted him to jerk off in front of me. No, I'm just kidding. It was when I adored Louis C.K.
Yeah.
And before I even thought I wanted to do stand up. But I remember seeing Jeff McCormick do stand up and being like, well, I don't know if I can be better than this, but I can definitely do it differently.
Yeah.
And then I also remember seeing Kyle Smith and being like, is this funny or is he just loud? But I actually do think Kyle Smith is funny.
He's so
now.
funny.
I think his open mic sets can be weird because he tries out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think Kyle Smith's funny. But anyway.
Well, Kyle is like one of those people where it's like either his joke is perfect and you're like,
Or it's not even there. Yeah.
or you're like, this is you're in a different dimension. Like,
Yeah. Like this thought doesn't
Right.
connect to reality.
Exactly.
Me and
exactly.
Susanna refer constantly to the don't lift up my legs like a baby while you're eating my ass.
What is it?
He has he's like, I'm a man of small stature or whatever, and I like to get my ass eaten from time to time, but please do not lift both of my legs up like I'm a baby.
That's really funny.
It's really
Do you
good.
still open sets by going, "Hi guys, I got it."
Hi guys. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He's in LA, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
no, he's in Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he's in Houston, but no one's doing any sets right now. So.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, didn't Polk move back?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple. He walked by, I guess, my old porch now, but Chris.
You don't
lives
live there either. Damn.
Well, I live 1 block away from there.
Oh, okay.
I live even closer to your old house than I used to.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
On the
Georgia?
corner. I mean, I don't care if anyone knows. On the corner
right.
of Paul
I
Morphy and Diabity.
You live there?
Yeah, I live closer to your house than I used to.
Fuck. Ugh, I miss that house.
I miss that house too, Julie.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
There's a lady who lives in your old house, and she's got 2 dogs, and she seems very nice.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
You said she seems very nice.
Yeah, she seems
I
nice.
thought you said she smells nice, but then I was like, he wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I go over there and smell that lady.
Sometimes you can smell people from far away.
Yeah. Oh, but this was with regard to getting inspired at mics or whatever. When I first started writing jokes, I would go to mics and listen to people's premises, and then if their punchline sucked, I would like come up with a better punchline or whatever. And then I wouldn't use the premise, but I would use something that was like similarly structured or whatever.
Yeah.
Reverse engineering.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah. Yeah.
I do that too. I mean, I don't take the premise, but if someone is describing a situation, it'll remind me of something I did, or if they're focusing in on something,
Yeah.
that makes me think of something.
I didn't know how to write stand-up when I started. I still don't, I guess. But when I first started, I was like, I guess I'll just write something that could be like a Daily Show segment, but like I would like structure it that way.
Yeah.
And it turns out that is a bad idea. Don't do that. You should just riff.
Yeah.
You should just go up there and talk about how little someone's shirt is.
Speaking of the Daily
My man
Show,
looking
there's
like
a
a tube of
comedian
salami.
who I won't say, but everyone will know who I'm talking about, who posted about screaming at people from his apartment with
Oh.
a fucking megaphone, like an actual little cop, who were
Wait,
not
can
wearing
you say
masks.
it?
Huh?
Can you write it in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh wait, let me see if I can feature the jaw.
Anyway, and
Oh, I
that's
didn't.
Damn.
and I lost my mind. Because first,
course.
anyway,
Of
I
course.
understand like the desire to be a cop, but that made me lose my mind. I almost commented, but I didn't, thank God, because some people like Robert Segovia posted something that was like, just wear a fucking mask. I don't care if you're running. There's no excuses. And I was like, oh, fuck off. And he was like, okay, fine. I am being too much of a narc. I do love that when like I get so mad that I'm like, I'm going to fight with this person. And then they just are like a human being to me.
Yeah.
It's a very like, it makes me feel like an asshole, but then I also feel good because whatever I was angry about is not true. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. That's most of your like in-person interactions that I've observed too. Are you tell someone that they were just being a complete moron, and they're like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, that happens so much where I have this like righteous anger and then I vocalize it and the person shows themselves to be a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it's good because it's better than bottling it up and thinking I hate someone for no reason. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I think I have an anger issue. I think I have anger issues. The other day I just started thinking about how much I hate Scarlett Johansson and think that she's a bad actress. And
Wait, because of me, right?
Yes, and I got so mad. It was because of a status you posted about people that had careers like actors that
I know.
careers or singing careers.
Like famous people
someone-
who decide they want to sing.
Yeah.
Yes. And then when I found out that she had done a Tom Waits cover album, I
Yes.
got so angry I had to leave the room and just pace around for an hour. I was so mad. I hate her so much. She's such a talentless bitch. Anyway, I hate her.
When MD
love-
said, I think I might have anger issues, Julie silently but emphatically nodded for like 20
Well, we've
seconds.
talked about that before.
We talked about it, and I agree with you. I need to get therapy, but it's so boring.
I'm gonna dissent here, and I think you're fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot that I keep inside that is probably
Like
hurtful
tampons, you
to
should
me.
probably get
Huh?
rid of. Like tampons, you should probably get rid of.
Right. Yeah, it's probably I don't want my heart to get toxic shock syndrome.
Right.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think you deal with anger pretty well, and I think you have a lot of anger that's pretty justified. And when it's not, you end up working it out.
Okay. Well, I do think that the day that I was really upset about Scarlett Johansson, it really was just about Scarlett Johansson, and it wasn't like I was like angry about capitalism and just taking it out on her. Like I
Right.
actually think I just got mad that she's so hot and so famous, and it's because she's so hot. And her parents were both like actors and producers and stuff.
Mhm.
But I mean, I definitely think that the reason that she has a career is because men are just like, wow, she's so talented, because their dicks are hard and their brains don't work.
Mhm.
Like, I really do think that that's why. Like, I think that, like, you know, Lena Dunham eked out a career for herself, but because her parents were also famous. But she, like, Scarlett, I don't know. Nah, I guess it's the same thing. I guess if your parents are famous enough, you can be talentless and not hot conventionally and still have a career.
I
See,
think
this is what I'm saying about your anger problems. I feel like you identify a problem and you get really angry, and then something funny happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just talking too much. I'm always hoping someone will interrupt me.
if you like really go on a like, I can see how perhaps sometimes you're ruminating on things you're pissed about could maybe be oppressive for you, because I've definitely seen you like get really mad and then it's like a shark's eyes rolling back in its head and it's just like its brain is off and it's just chomping or whatever.
Yeah, Anyway, I just like will look up and it's been an hour and I'm still talking, and yeah, I do this at work a lot because I don't get to see other people in I don't get to see other people in person. So I'll go home from work and realize that like I was oversharing at like a level of what I did when I was drunk at a bar with my coworkers at like 9 a.m, just because I just want to talk to people about my life.
Or that Seinfeld tweet where it was like, what do you think is why would Jerry Seinfeld throw you away in an episode?
Yes.
I think mine would be oversharing.
Yes, I could see that.
Yeah.
Or, oh wait, what else would yours be?
Yeah, wait, can we go? Also, Michael, you're just like slowly being enveloped in darkness.
Yeah, why is it so dark?
It's
Are
so
you Chris
dark where
Lane?
you are. I
Are
can
all
see.
bald people like averse to the light?
Obviously, because
Like,
we
turn a
burn
lamp
really
on,
easily.
Michael.
I think that's a good idea. 1 second.
MD, you're also sort of.
Oh yeah. Am I there? I'm
Or-
not.
How do I
I
look?
got rid of my own screen. How do I get myself back?
Top right, probably.
That's what we're all trying to figure out.
How do I find myself? But literally, okay, there I am. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wait, what? I want to know that. I think that's a fun. What do you think he would throw me away for?
Oh man, what do I think Jerry Seinfeld would throw you away for? Probably hating him a lot. Because
Ew.
you hate Jerry Seinfeld, right?
I mean,
No,
Yes.
you hate David Letterman. I hate Jerry Seinfeld.
I hate David Letterman.
Yeah.
Why do you hate David Letterman? I mean, I'm not like
Even the question.
Julie's jaw
the
just dropped to
implication
the
that there is
floor.
another opinion besides hating David Letterman.
No, I just
makes
like
Julie furious.
have not seen a lot of David Letterman, so I'm curious. What is it about him?
I think he's a smug, like piece of shit. Well, his stand-up is actually not that bad.
Mhm.
His whole problem though is that he's in a job that he's not correct for, and not only does he have no self-awareness about it, he like throws his weight around like he's so entitled. He's a terrible interviewer.
Mhm.
He's also so sexist and shitty.
Yeah.
There's a double standard that he has for women that he has no consciousness around. So it's
Yeah.
like he's a bad interviewer to everyone, but it's sort of innocuous bad to the men. But for the women that he interviews, it's like actively sexist and like a little harmful.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
he and to be enacting all that shit and be so bad and to do it with like this like shit-eating grin on your face bothers me so much. Like, be incompetent or be stupid, but don't be proud of being both.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
That's my grievance about Seinfeld is smugness. Like, he's probably the most contemptuous comedian ever to live, maybe.
I agree.
What does the word contemptuous mean? I thought it meant something about anger.
Well, no, he just has contempt for people.
Hold
he
you
thinks
in contempt.
he thinks he's above people, and everyone's stupider than him, and like he is he is disgusted by how dumb everyone is or whatever. And like I actually
Well,
think
if you date everyone and they're 16, of course you're gonna be smarter than them.
right. So like I mean I like think that a lot of his material is very funny. But I think as a person he is.
Seinfeld the show is funny.
But that's also
yeah,
a lot
Larry
of
David is
Larry
funny.
David. Yeah. Yeah, if you watch Curb, you're like, "Oh, okay. Everything that was good about Seinfeld is
No, because Curb is too stressful. Seinfeld isn't stressful.
My
the way
dad
Curb is.
watches Curb
You don't think
on a
Seinfeld is
treadmill
stressful?
because he
No,
gets
because
so
I don't
stressed out.
care about anything.
Like
I
imagine
don't care if he ends up with someone.
imagine Seinfeld
Well, you
without
don't have to ever care about. I mean, you get rid of Jerry Seinfeld, and Seinfeld
But
is.
all
I
the
was gonna say,
problems on Seinfeld aren't real.
imagine Seinfeld without George. Like, is that a good show?
Yeah, because
No.
Kramer and Elaine.
Well, I mean, that'd still be great, but
I love
George is the
The lifeblood
George
of that
is lame.
show. Yeah. Yeah.
And Kramer. Why are you?
Why am I erasing Kramer? He said the N
Well,
word.
no,
He's
no, no.
canceled.
I'm saying.
Wow, Julie. Pretty
wow.
fucked up. Pretty
Defending
problematic that you
Kramer.
like that
Defending
character.
Michael Richards.
And
I
this
think
has
Michael
been No
Richards-
Pods, No Casters. Goodbye.
Yeah.
This is Kramer erasure.
Yeah. But yeah. I think that his material that Seinfeld's material is mostly very good. A lot of it's like mean and shitty and some of it's really stupid. And the
Oh,
older
you like
he
his stand-up?
yeah. The older he
Ugh.
gets. Really? The older he gets,
bad.
the worse
The better
the
it
worse
gets, is
no,
what
the
you're
worse
gonna
he
say?
gets. No.
Oh, the worst.
There's like a sweet spot between between being like young and contemptuous and having more money than God, where he was, I think, pretty funny. I saw his like the tour that Comedian is about, the documentary. I think I saw that tour as a kid. I definitely saw him at the Sanger.
Oh, wow.
And he fucking ripped. It was really good. I was a baby, but yeah.
You're
Anyway,
his type.
yeah.
I saw Bill Burr at the Sanger with Andrew Heelan, and it was half really good and half really bad.
Oh, was
Hey,
that
I was
when
at
you were?
that show.
I
That
was
show
there.
sucked. I
I
hated
thought
it.
some of it was funny, but it
Meredith,
I
was-
like
I was
Bill Burr, and I
there.
hated that.
oh yeah, you were there.
Mhm.
I hated it. I was very like, oof. But I love Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Same. I feel the same way. I thought like there were jokes that I liked, but it was so much shit I didn't like, and also the vibe of the whole show just kind of sucked, and he didn't seem like he wanted to be there.
Whenever he talks about gender, I'm like, why are we here? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
why? Also, it's so funny because he's so self-aware, and he admits that he just doesn't understand some things.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
very good about doing that as a white person. He's just like, yeah, I look like a cop in Boston. I'm retarded or whatever. But like when it comes to like that was a quote of a hypothetical, so I'm allowed to say it. But
Huh.
Character.
that was a quote of a person I made up. But also it's really fun to say retarded, like
Retarded.
in a bad Boston accent.
It is.
Good Will
But
Hunting.
anyway,
Keep going.
like it's on a bar.
Could you
menu
do
for
Shane
potato
Gillis
but for
now?
gender, he thinks he's an
Big rest
expert.
with the slurs.
But for gender, he thinks he's so fucking smart and
Yeah.
good
I
at
know.
everything. And I'm like, you know that you're
because
bad at
he's the black wife. He's like
Yeah.
figuring everything out, and it's like, no, Bill.
Yeah. No, Bill.
William.
Sir,
Excuse
William.
me, Bill. This is the Sanger Theater. Sorry, I can do that. This is a Wendy's.
Sorry, this is.
Oh,
Man, one day we're gonna bring that back when it's funny again. Like once it stops being something that MD you froze while you were drinking, so it looks like
I
you were
know,
trying
it
to
was
kill
really
yourself
funny.
with seltzer or something.
Just perpetually drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm just looking forward to the day where we can make a callback to Sarah, This Is a Wendy's. It's gonna be great.
yeah.
It's gonna be great. Yeah.
Oh man, this has been fun. I'm glad you did this, Julie.
Me
Yeah.
too. Thanks for asking me,
Yeah.
Benjamin.
Yep, that was all me. It actually was though.
Yeah,
so
it was.
I
you're
know.
welcome. I didn't know how to receive that. Thank you.
Sincerely.
There you go.
MD, how are you
That was
doing
the way
on
to do it.
time?
What?
How are you doing on time?
Good. The people who were coming over are Kristen and Mary, and I think that they are gonna come over if they do at 9. But I have a
Mhm.
work thing I have to do before then, which will take like an hour.
Well, then
So
it's 8.
So it's
So
time.
that's time.
it is. Is it exactly time?
It's-
Yes,
yeah.
it's 7:59. Okay, I didn't check because my thing was full screen.
Julie, you have anything
Um,
you want to plug?
I would like for everyone to follow me on Twitter.
And what is your Twitter handle?
Julie, Julie, Pop Tart, POPTART.
You know, Jerry Seinfeld has a joke about Pop Tarts.
Okay, what is it? Because I've seen all these like side buys, and he's saying Pop Tart. What is he saying?
I think the opening line is when I was a kid and Pop Tarts came out, the back of my head blew right off. And he just talks about like how glorious Pop Tarts are when you were a child. Yeah, I don't know.
Wouldn't it be amazing if it was a Bud Dwyer joke somehow?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you know the guy that killed himself on air.
Oh.
Wait, have y'all read about Bud Dwyer? It's so sad.
Is that the
No,
guy
what
that
is it?
Network is based on?
Wait, the guy who killed himself on TV? That's sad.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like it's no, but like the reason that he killed himself in the way that he did was that he felt, I mean, I don't think he needed to do it on air necessarily, but he wanted his family, their money had been depleted by legal cases resulting from his whatever corrupt behavior he did. I honestly forgot.
Mhm.
But he was in a lot of trouble. He had done some bad stuff, but he also wasn't as guilty as he was being whatever. So he wanted
Yeah.
he needed to die for his family to get his pension from
Mhm.
being in office.
Oh God.
Because if he was out of office, if he was pushed out of office or resigned, his family would have no money and all of their finances had been depleted because
Right.
of this legal battle that he had gotten them into. So he killed himself I don't know if he needed to do it on air, but he was worried, I think, that if he didn't do it in a way that everyone could see, that there would be some debate about whether or not he was still in office. Anyway, it's horrible. It was really sad. And anyway,
Follow
yeah,
Julie
it
on
is
Twitter.
very memeable. So thanks, bud.
I think I only know who that is because of Andrew Polk.
Yes. That's who
That's
I
his
think.
legacy.
It is.
I'm gonna fuck up and do that on the podcast, and Michael's gonna edit it out.
Also, I don't actually know what Bud Dwyer did
I mean,
wrong. So if it was like murdering black people or something like that, I'm not sympathetic to him, but I do feel bad for his family. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just, he's a human being and I didn't really know. I just thought it was funny that he killed himself on air.
Yeah. Benjamin, if you kill yourself while we're recording a podcast, I will not cut it if it's funny. So you just have to come up with something good, you know.
Okay, well then don't ask Julie. So
What?
Oh, if it's funny.
or not. See, she didn't even get it. She
Yeah.
never.
Wait, what I heard is that you don't think I would kill myself in a funny way, which I actually
No.
disagree with.
No. He's saying don't ask Julie if it's funny the way he killed himself, because the answer will always be no. Because
But I'll be too sad.
There you go. There you go.
But how would you guys all kill yourself?
Oh, I think we've already done this. Actually, we've had an episode where we did this, and somebody yelled at me on Twitter.
But we haven't done like a yakety sax
Oh
version.
yeah, we shouldn't talk. Oh, we should put a content warning if we do put it in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think as long as we put a content warning in the episode, it's okay.
Okay. Someone else go first because I got to think.
I think shooting with a gun.
Wait, I thought we were.
What?
I thought we were doing a funny version.
Wait, what? No, well, no.
I really
meant
thought about
serious.
this.
No, I didn't mean a funny version. I meant serious, but that's what you would choose?
Yeah, because it's quick. I wouldn't want to take pills or anything because like it's really painful, and I wouldn't want to jump on
die in
anything
your
also because it's
sleep?
really painful.
Wait,
Huh?
why are pills painful?
Because before you fall asleep, it's really bad.
Really?
Well, it
Yeah.
depends on what you take. I think
Yeah.
MD's
Yeah.
thinking Tylenol, and you're thinking opioids,
I
right?
think shooting yourself.
I would just shoot myself with a gun because it's so quick.
Yeah.
Like,
If it works.
yeah, that's true. But if you
A lot
go
of
this
times it
way,
doesn't work.
if you shoot yourself, if you go Bud Dwyer, it might not work. But if you shoot yourself in the side, it's pretty hard to not get the brain. I think
You can get the brain and just bleed out slowly for like an hour.
that would suck.
I
Yeah,
know
that
that's
would-
what I'm like.
I feel like I don't know. I'd have to read about it. Hopefully, I'd do the reading before I ultimately made my decision.
Your
But
tabs
I've
are
always-
just gonna be like
Whenever I've thought about killing
Sibian
myself,
parallel universe real ? And like how to get brain.
that was the first suicide that ever happened in my family. Was he shot himself with a gun, but he
You
wasn't
wanna
actually
keep it
related
within
to me.
tradition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we would do it the way that it's always been done. But that was actually in-laws of my like whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
What about
Um,
you, Julie?
Okay, well, I actually have a very good answer for this.
Tell me.
Okay, I would drown
Mm-hmm.
hmm
because there's a percentage of fluid that you can have in your lungs that if it goes past that, you can't survive.
Mhm.
So your brain knows that you're going to die. So it releases all your feel good,
Yeah.
epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin. It releases
Nora
everything.
Ephron.
Nora Ephron. That's really funny. I like that.
DMT, the spirit molecule.
That's a good joke.
Yeah.
You should tweet that. Are you guys gonna remember your tweets?
No, I already forgot mine.
Yeah, I love that
Wow.
Julie's answer for this is like, okay, so I'm gonna fill a different part of my body with more fluid than it needs, so I come first.
Yeah.
I wouldn't come.
But what if you also had to piss?
Yeah, wait till you have to pee. Hold it in
And
for a
then
really
drown.
long time and then drown.
But anyway, no, because so then it would be like you
Euphoria.
yeah, season 2.
Oh man. Yeah, I how would you do it, Michael? Do you know?
I don't know. I every time I have like I'm good right now and have been for a while. But whenever I've had intrusive thoughts, I always see myself hanging. But I don't think I want to do. I wouldn't. I don't think I would do that.
You see it?
Yeah, I have like a little flash of yeah.
What are you wearing?
Oh,
Yeah. It's a bunny costume. I'm very into Donnie Darko, so.
You're wearing I don't think you could get a noose around that. Sorry, too much.
No,
I've
you're
never had I've never really been suicidal. I've thought about it, but I've never like really thought like this is something I'm gonna do. But whenever I've thought about it, I have imagined myself shooting myself in the head. And also one of the reasons I don't want to have a gun, other than the only reason I want to have a gun, is because I think that it's cool looking and cool to have. Although I cannot foresee myself ever using it to like protect our household. And if someone broke in, I would just be like, please take everything and don't kill me. But yeah, like I am worried that if we had a gun, I would kill myself.
Me too.
It's very scary.
Because it's
And
so
if we're
easy.
talking about what?
I mean, it's so easy to impulsively.
Right.
I make very bad impulsive decisions.
Right. I mean,
No one should own a gun.
this is why like people always do this fucking obnoxious edgelord shit of like, why is there a net under the Golden Gate Bridge? People will just find some other place to jump. But actually, like, it's generally a really impulsive thing, and like just any obstacle really reduces
Yeah.
overall suicide rate. What's that?
I think if I was gonna do it, I would tweet, "Damn, Google Maps all fucked up," and then I would hijack a plane and fly it into the Pentagon.
Wait, what?
Nice.
That's how I would go.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta
we're talking
protect
about-
your reputation.
Mhm.
If we're talking about how I would actually do it, I would either take heroin. I would try to overdose on heroin when I'm old.
Mhm.
That's supposed to be bad.
Why?
You like suffer a lot.
Because you
Why?
can't breathe.
How? What are you talking about?
When your body shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't just like pleasantly drift.
The thing with substances, like it's going to be painful. I don't think.
Oh, well, or take a lot of pills, I guess. But
Yeah, I guess.
um,
Michael, what are the right pills? No, actually, no.
No.
Let's not tell
Yeah,
people.
let's not tell people. Also, I don't really know. Like, there are ways, like, yeah.
no one knows, right?
I mean, I think toxicology reports can be pretty informative. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that.
Well, yeah, I think a couple people know, but then they sort of like left with that knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want to know something positive?
Yes, please.
Okay, did you guys ever see that documentary, The Bridge, which is about the Golden Gate Bridge, which is
No.
most people
Yeah.
kill themselves there every year.
Mhm.
So there's this film where they set up a camera and they filmed,
Yeah.
like they filmed, and there's people who just like broke a leg or got caught, or someone came over, like all these things. And so they were able to interview a handful of people who jumped but didn't die.
Yeah.
And every single person that they interviewed said that the second that they
Yeah.
jumped, all the things that they were upset about, they felt like they could have resolved.
Right.
Like every single person
Yeah.
immediately had this moment of clarity of like, this actually isn't a big deal to
Yeah.
me.
If only
You
we
know
could
what I
have that clarity like right before. That'd be sick. If like.
Right.
Yeah.
What if they made a pill that did that?
Yeah. Totally. Actually, I have decided how I would kill myself, and I would hang myself from a tree in Jake Paul's backyard. That's what I would
That's
do.
a deep cut. That's I
Yeah.
do respect that one.
Thank you.
But then he would just make a vlog about it.
Yeah. Oh, you're- yeah.
He would have no.
And the clickbait would be like, dead guy in my yard? 800 question marks.
Yes.
Yeah. All
I
caps.
saw that. I saw that video before it got taken down.
Oh, really? How was it?
Terrible. I mean, he just.
Why you watched it?
Why?
Because I'm so curious about death.
Yeah.
I've watched everything that's bad to watch. I watched the Christchurch video.
What's that?
It's the shooting in New Zealand where he killed a bunch of people.
Damn.
I watched everything.
Oh.
I've watched the beheading. I watched everything bad.
Snuff films.
Yeah, I was not like right before they got taken down. Anyway,
Why do you do
I
that?
felt guilty.
I mean, is it
Huh?
fun?
No, it's just like I have to see it
It's
because
like
I
a
know I
compulsion.
can.
Yeah.
I have a curiosity about it too, just because it's something you never see, and so then I'm just wanting to know what that is.
Yeah, I've never sought it out. Like it's always been when it was okay. So the Christchurch video was right when it happened. It was on Twitter, and it was just in front of me. So like actually, that I'm not like once I knew what it was, I kept watching it. But it was like the but other videos have been like someone shared it and I watched, but I haven't. And then there was like the truck that mowed down a bunch of people. I saw that right when it happened, but I've never like sought something out once it was already off of the internet. I'm just so online that I'm always on Twitter as soon as
before it gets taken down.
Yeah, I can't even handle someone telling me about taking out their fucking IUD. So, not watching video of people dying is not. It's not for me.
It's weird how much we're so desensitized. Not to sound like a Christian mom boycotting of South Park or whatever, but we are so desensitized to violence that it just feels like you're watching a movie and it doesn't process that you're watching something real.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
everything I've seen that's like kind of, I don't think I've seen that many things of someone actually dying, but all the things I've seen, they feel very different because movies are so stylized and like there's things that they just get wrong because they want it to look like more graceful or meaningful or whatever. Yeah.
Hi, Scott.
You want to meet? Look, it's Mary Devon.
Hi.
And that's Benjamin. And that's Michael.
What's going on?
This is my dad.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Hi. You want to be in here?
No.
Do you want to watch Dead to Me?
No.
Ask him if he has anything to plug.
Anything you want to plug?
Not right now, anyway.
All right.
But thanks.
Tell him to email me and I'll put it in the description if he thinks of anything he wants to plug.
He writes plays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, go see his plays, everybody.
Bye, Dad.
Yeah. Mr.
All
Pop Tart, the playwright.
We should fuck off. This has been great.
All right.
Okay.
Love you.
I
love you, Julie.
Bye.
Mwah. Love you. Peace.
Bye.